Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Selma. If you're new here, I thought we could do another what I eat in a few days video since we haven't done those in a while. So I'm going to share some fun, balanced, high protein meal ideas. It's Saturday today, and on Saturdays I like to make a fun breakfast. So I made my fluffy high protein pancakes, but a crispy version. So I added some gingerbread spice mix to the batter. I topped the pancakes with vanilla quark and have a gingerbread cookie. This looks so good. I'm also gonna add a little bit of maple syrup on top. For lunch, I'm gonna make one of my favorite fall salads. I just cut 2 apples into slices. Then we need arugula or kale, crumbled feta, and pomegranate seeds. Then I made a homemade dressing of olive oil, balsamic vinegar, Dijon mustard, salt, and pepper. You could also add a little bit of honey if you like. Then I like to add some chopped nuts or seeds on top. I'm using toasted pumpkin seeds this time. And for a source of protein, we're using chicken. And here's the ready lunch. For a quick and easy snack, I'm gonna make us a pink protein smoothie. So we need frozen raspberries, frozen strawberries, and pomegranate seeds, and soaked chia seeds for extra fiber, some milk, and 2 scoops of vanilla protein powder. Now we're going for a walk. The winter is here already, so we're wearing many layers. We don't have snow yet here in southern Finland, but it's really cold. I'm making homemade pizzas for dinner. Now we're gonna add the toppings. We're adding some pizza sauce, mozzarella, and cherry tomatoes. And then after they're cooked, we'll add some prosciutto, arugula, and fresh basil on top. I love a crispy pizza crust, so we're gonna cook the pizzas in our new air fryer from Tyfer. Thank you so much, Tyfer, for sponsoring this video. The air fryer uses 360 heating technology, so it has dual heating elements, both top and bottom, which ensures your food is cooked evenly with less shaking or flipping. The basket is so big, we're able to fit the whole pizza in here. It's also so convenient for meal prepping. Then we choose the pizza mode. Press start, and now it starts preheating, and then we can add the pizza. And then we press start. Pizzas turn out so good. Let's see how crispy the crust is. It's really crispy and tasty. Now we're gonna eat the pizzas and watch the holiday. Good morning. For breakfast, I'm going to bake healthier bagels in the air fryer. And we'll also make crispy chicken bacon. Put the bagels into the basket. Now we'll choose the bake mode. Let's switch the temperature to 180 and time to 10 minutes. And then we press start, as well as start here. The air fryer is capable of 15 cooking functions, including the bake mode we're using now and the pizza mode we used yesterday. You can even cook a steak in it and use it for reheating your meals, for example. Now the bagels should be ready. Let's fry the chicken bacon next. Okay, that looks so crispy. One of my favorite features of this air fryer is the self-cleaning mode. And you can also wash the basket in the dishwasher. Click the link in the description to get an extra 10% off on Typer Dome 2 air fryer. Now I'm gonna make us also some scrambled eggs and iced coffee. My mom got me this hazelnut syrup, so let's try it out. Here's the ready breakfast. Let's try out the bacon first. This is definitely the crispiest bacon I've ever had. It's really good. Now let's taste the coffee. Really good. The hazelnut flavor is not that strong, so maybe next time I need to add a bit more of the syrup. Aaron has a presentation at work tomorrow, so he needs to work on that. So I'm gonna read my book while I eat the breakfast. For lunch, I'm gonna make us creamy Finnish salmon soup. I'd say it's one of the most popular Finnish foods. So it has a creamy, tasty broth, and then potatoes, carrots, and salmon, and then usually dill is added on top. And this soup is actually pretty easy to make. It's ready in less than 30 minutes. First, we're gonna chop carrots and the potatoes. I'm making a bigger batch of the soup so we can eat it also tomorrow. Next, we're gonna add some water into a pot. We bring it to boil and then we add a fish stock cube and stir. Next, we add a bay leaf and 10 whole allspice and the carrots and the potatoes. And I almost forgot, but I'm also gonna add green onions. Now we're gonna let it simmer for about 15 minutes. At that point, the vegetables should be almost cooked. Now the vegetables are almost cooked. I'm making a healthier version of the soup, so next I'm gonna add some milk. The traditional recipe uses heavy cream. At this point, we're also gonna add cubed salmon and stir. Now it's boiling, so we're gonna turn off the heat and we're gonna let the salmon cook under the lid for about 3 minutes. And lastly, we're gonna add some salt. About a 3/4 teaspoon. And then we carefully stir. Here's the ready soup. It doesn't look the best, but it's really tasty. And lastly, we're gonna add chopped fresh dill on top. Such a cozy lunch. I thought I would now meal prep as dinner, so then we don't need to cook anything when we come back from the gym later today, and then we would also have a ready dinner for tomorrow and for Tuesday. So we're gonna make a sheet pan dinner because they're super easy to make. So we're gonna make balsamic chicken with roasted vegetables, and lastly we're gonna add some crumbled feta on top. Super simple but really tasty. We're gonna start by making a marinade for the chicken. For the marinade, we need 3 tablespoons of olive oil and 3 tablespoons of balsamic glaze and 2 tablespoons of tomato paste and 1 teaspoon of honey or maple syrup and juice of 1 lime. 2 teaspoons of oregano, and 1 teaspoon of basil, and 1 teaspoon of paprika, and 1 teaspoon of salt, and lastly, pinch of pepper. And then we just stir to combine. Then we're gonna add the chicken breasts to the bowl. Then we mix well and make sure they're all covered in the marinade. now we're gonna let the chicken marinate while we chop all the vegetables. So I have 2 big zucchinis, 4 bell peppers, and some broccoli. I divided the vegetables on 2 baking pans lined with parchment paper. Next, we're gonna drizzle some olive oil on top. And a pinch of chili flakes. And a pinch of salt. And next, we add the chicken breasts on top. Next, they go into the oven for about 15 minutes, and after that, we're gonna add the feta on top and bake for 5 minutes more. While the dinner is in the oven, let's prep the easiest 2-ingredient dessert. You just need melted dark chocolate. I'm using 80% dark chocolate and pomegranate. And now we're just gonna spoon dollops of the chocolate onto a parchment paper. And then we'll just sprinkle the pomegranate on top. And now we're just gonna let these set in the fridge. I added the crumbled feta on top, and now they go back into the oven. Here's the ready dinner. I'm gonna let it cool down in the pans. Just took a picture of the dinner for my new ebook. The new ebook will have healthy recipes you can make in under 30 minutes. Hopefully the book would be ready by January, but there's still quite a lot of work to do. I store it in this big glass container, and then we're gonna reheat it in the air fryer, but you could also reheat this on a pan. These have already set, so I'm gonna put these into a container as well. We just got back from the gym, showered, and reheated the dinner. While we eat, we're gonna watch the new Jonas Brothers Christmas movie. For dessert, we're gonna have these pomegranate chocolate bites. Good morning. We didn't have time to meal prep a breakfast yesterday, so today I thought we can meal prep a fun high protein breakfast because it saves so much time in the mornings, and it's so nice when you wake up and you have a ready breakfast waiting in the fridge. So I thought we could make apple cinnamon baked oats cups. They're super easy to make. We're just gonna add everything into this bowl and stir, and then they go into the oven. I'm not sure if this bowl is big enough. Well, we'll see. We need 2.5 cups of oats. We do need a bigger bowl. Those there. Then we need 2 eggs. And 1 cup of high protein Greek yogurt. And 3/4 cup of vanilla protein powder. And 1/2 cup of milk. 2 tablespoons of maple syrup. And 2 tablespoons of unsweetened peanut butter, and 2 tablespoons of ground flax seeds, and 2 teaspoons of cinnamon, and 2 teaspoons of vanilla extract, and 1 teaspoon of baking powder. And then we just stir to combine. The mixture looks pretty thick, so I'm gonna add a little bit more milk, maybe another 1/2 cup. Yeah, now it looks a lot better. The ready mixture should look like this. Next, we're gonna dice 2 apples. I'm gonna save half an apple for topping. We need about half a cup of chopped pecans. Let's move these here. I'm gonna save part of these also for topping. And then we stir again. Next, we're gonna spoon the mixture into greased muffin pan cavities. All the mixture didn't fit into this muffin pan, so I added the rest to this big glass container so I can bake it in this. Lastly, I add the rest of the apples and chopped pecans on top. I'm also going to sprinkle a little bit of cinnamon on top. And then they go into the oven for about 20 minutes. And here are the ready baked oats cups. Let's see how they look on the inside. They look really soft and moist. So let's try these out. They're good, they're really soft. Next time I might add even more cinnamon and maybe a little bit applesauce. So there would be even more apple flavor. I'm gonna add all the recipes I can fit to the description box as always. If you're looking for more easy, healthy recipes, check out my ebooks. I'll add the link down below. See you next week. Bye.